There are 3 main steps to build your strategy. This tutorial will guide you through the completion of each step. Let's begin our strategy. Enter a name for your strategy and any notes to help describe your strategy. Use the navigation buttons to move forward or backward in the process. The first step, Universe, allows a user to create the allowable investable universe of securities. Make selections of various asset classes. In this example, we will remove corporate, government, and municipal bonds, agriculture, energy, and metals, as well as all alternative asset classes. The gray bubbles indicate the number of ETFs within an asset category. The Advanced Options section allows restrictions based on asset attributes. In this example, we'll include only ETFs, which removes ETNs or other structures. The top right corner will provide summary data on the number of securities that have been filtered. Click Next to proceed to the second step, Filters. In this step, we will screen our universe of ETFs based on specific rules created and then evaluate it against current market data. There are 3 parts used to create a filter. The first is parameter. This is a factor on which you wish to evaluate ETFs. Choices are grouped into 5 categories: risk, risk-reward ratios, sample statistics, fundamental, and technical. For example, let's select a factor or parameter from the fundamental group, price to earnings. The second part of our filter is the rule. Choices here include greater than or less than rules, or top or bottom rules. To continue with this example, let's say our goal is to locate ETFs with the lowest price to earnings ratios. Under rule, we'd select bottom, and then bottom again, without the percent. The third part of our filter is the value, which sets an explicit boundary to evaluate against. In our example, our goal was to locate ETFs with the lowest PE ratio. So entering 50 will provide the 50 lowest PE ratios. A table of results will appear in the section below showing a current list of filtered ETFs. These ETFs match the criteria specified in the preceding step, Universe, and the filters added above. Note our result table has exactly 50 matches in this example. Additionally, our results include several fixed income and commodity ETFs that do not have PE ratio data. Strategy Builder will not screen or remove an ETF if the data field is unavailable. The fixed income ETFs can still be removed by returning to the previous step, Universe, and deselecting Broad Fixed Income. Return to the filters to see updated results. Note, in order to proceed to allocation of a strategy, we are warned to keep our list to a maximum of 40 ETFs. We can alter the value of a filter, in our example by changing 50 to 40, or we can continue to add filters to reduce our list. We'll click the plus button to add a second filter. For our second filter, we'll add a risk threshold. We'll create a rule to limit our daily worst-case losses to a threshold of 3%. Observe that the updated table now has a new column for our expected shortfall risk measure, and that all values are less risky than our specified threshold. Also note, we now only have 32 ETFs that match our criteria, which is less than our original 50 and now below our limit of 40. Also important to note is that filters are sequential. Filters at the top of the list are applied before filters below. If we change the order of filters, then we may get different results. To see the effects of this, let's switch the order of our filters by clicking on the up and down arrows. Notice our risk filter is now at the top and applied first. Since we then select the bottom 50 ETFs after meeting the risk threshold, we again have 50 ETF matches. We'll modify the value of PE ratios to 40 to again fall within the limit. When satisfied with filter settings, click Next to proceed to the final step, Allocation. To begin allocation, we must first select a desired risk level for our portfolio. Hover over Options for more details. Select your preferred risk tolerance, then click Next. There are 3 inputs needed for asset allocation: risk tolerance level, algorithm, and rebalance frequency. Presented below is a table of 5 algorithm choices and 5 frequency choices. Each algorithm choice has a brief video description illustrating its main points. 4 of these are based on work stemming from Nobel laureates. 3 rebalance frequencies range from semi-monthly to annual. The table contents represent hypothetical performance associated with each selection. Annualized return in blue, measuring reward, annualized volatility in red, measuring risk, and the risk-reward ratio in green. By clicking on a particular box, for example, DPO monthly, the hypothetical performance is illustrated in charts below. The left chart shows hypothetical growth of a $1,000 investment using this methodology, compared to using a benchmark MPT model rebalanced annually. The right chart summarizes the average return and volatility associated with each investment. Dots above the red benchmark indicate more return potential. Dots to the left of the red benchmark indicate less risk. When satisfied, ensure your desired choice is highlighted, then click Next. We are now ready to optimize our strategy portfolio. Simply click the Optimize Strategy button. This may take a few moments to compute. A table of securities and allocation weightings appear below. If satisfied, click Next. Additionally, users may wish to export their portfolio, or let's say you want to round off weights that are below a 2% threshold. Simply use our cutoff values function. This will remove securities below 2% weight and redistribute the weight to other securities. Or perhaps you wish to limit exposure to a particular sector, say domestic equities, to a 50% allocation. Click Next to complete the asset allocation section. Finally, review your strategy settings. Click Previous to navigate backward and make any edits necessary. Users may now return to this strategy in Rebalancer or create another strategy. This completes the Strategy Builder tutorial.